And we're on. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me.
Got your little puppies here. If everyone doesn't know, I'm sure everyone already knows who Eric is.
The guy that lurks in the skate shop. I'm the skate shop lurker.
Yeah.
Eric from MV2.
Eric from MV2. How long have you had MV2 for? It's a bit of like an institution down south.
Well, I've worked there for 22 years now, just April, and owned it for 15 years now.
15.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's a long time for a business on Beach Road.
Oh yeah, like that's a long time for anywhere. That's like a marriages like don't last that long.
And you moved from Beach Road 2 years ago.
Yeah. So what happened was the landlord sold the business, sold the property, winding down, retiring, and just selling some asset up, which forced us to move.
Yeah. You're happy with the move now, though? I was talking to one of the girls the other day, and they love it now.
The shop's so much better. Just the vibe, the location.
You have parking.
Yeah, and customers which come through so much. So much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. And have you always been in that kind of... I've just seen your house, but we're at a different location today, by the way. That's why it looks a bit weird. Eric, lovingly has a better setup than me, so we're doing it at his little spot. That's why there's skateboard and shit in the background. But
Hallett Cove represent.
He's got about... Opposite this camera, there's about 3,000 DC shoes. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But have you always been into like the skating culture since you were a kid?
Yeah, since I was 8 or 9, watching Police Academy 4. When I saw the Tony Hawk and Mike McGill and all that in that skate scene in that movie, I thought, man, I've got to ride a skateboard.
Was Tony Hawk in Police Academy 4?
Yeah, as a stunt double for David Spade.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because originally that's how like a lot... I went down a massive skateboarding hole like 2 years ago where I was fixated on it. And a lot of skaters earned money from doing stunt doubling on skateboards in movies back in the day.
Huge dollars.
Before skateboarding was profitable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went on like a massive... I go through these phases where it must be like a slight autistic trait of mine where I get hyper-focused on like one thing for like months on end.
I do the same.
I was obsessed with that. Was it Nigel Houston?
Yeah, gun. Absolute gun.
I was so obsessed with him. I had the biggest crush on him for like 3 months. I was like, he's just perfect.
Yeah.
And he makes it look so easy.
Yeah. He came from a really hard background where his dad made him skate. He wasn't allowed to talk to any kids at the skate park. He just had to get the trick or line for a minute straight and just practice and practice and practice.
He's like a Michael Jordan of skateboarding, though. Just like an extreme winner.
Yeah. And has made some serious dollars out of it. He's done incredibly well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good... And he was skateboarding, since he was a kid. He used to have dreadlocks and shit.
Yep.
But what was your skateboard? What was it like growing up in the south? What was this skate? Did you grow up down south?
Yeah. So actually, there's a skeleton in my closet. I was actually born at Modbury, so I'm out north.
Oh, no way.
So I moved down south when I was 4. So my dad went down to Port Lunga, saw the jetty, Port Lunga area, and said, we have to move down south. And the family all went down south.
So that's what the M in MV2 stands for, Modbury.
Modbury. Yep.
What does MV2 stand for?
Martin's version 2 from the previous owner.
Yeah.
So it used to be called just Alan Martin's, then Martin's. Then that was just a continuation of the name as the... Remember that Y2K bug?
Yeah.
Well, it was literally around that time.
Yeah.
I thought Y2, that just seemed cool at the time. And it stuck. And
it is such a sticky name. It's like a really good, catchy name.
Because I wanted to change it when we moved. I was going, I've got to change this name. I don't like it. Yeah. But I thought, shit, well, we spent so much money using that name. We can't just change it and all the merchandise and whatever.
Yeah, it's perfect for logos and stuff too.
It just works well.
It just does.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you moved down south and then you started skating.
Yeah. Yep. So skateboarding, BMXing around the streets. Back in the day, there used to be things called skater haters, which were bogan dudes, like proper original mullet days in Akadaka t-shirts and people chasing you around in Torontos and stuff trying to beat you up.
Really?
Yeah. So when you went down to the Noarlunga terminal, there'll be dudes rolling hats. Like everyone used to roll each other. And you used to get beat up for your hat, your shoes. If you had a skateboard, you had to run.
No joke.
Yeah.
I wasn't much. I tried to be a skater when I was... A lot of my friends were good skaters, like Jacob Barter.
Oh, yeah.
And all that. They used to skate a bit. And I just did not know how to skate. When we used to go to the skate park, it was only to get drunk. Because like Seaford Skate Park was probably like a little
Yeah.
hot spot at one time.
So we didn't have any skate parks back then. There was no skate parks. You had to be out in the streets.
Really?
Yeah. So when you went to say Noarlunga Terminal, have you heard of 738, a graph group?
No.
Anyway, local graph group which started way back when. There was a guy named Dre, and he'd normally hang around the terminal. And if Dre was down there, you'd be safe because he would get anyone that was after you. He would get them. So if you get, one of our guys got rolled for a hat, and Dre within like minutes had a cat back. So
It's such a hectic sport. People, if you don't like really understand or know much about skateboarding, it's like almost like an art.
yeah,
Like the things that people can do with just their core and like their feet, and they make it look easy.
Yeah.
Like if just get on a board and try and do a fucking ollie.
no, it's blood, sweat, and tears. Like
It's
people,
hard.
that's immediate. What do you call it? A satisfaction out of it immediately, where you get on a scooter, but you don't get it. You need to bleed. You need to get hit. You need to fall.
I remember, I don't know him personally, but there was a really good skater back in the day in my age bracket when I was going to Cardine. I think he was in Seaford.
Yep.
His name was Justin.
Hey, Justin Edwards.
Justin Edwards.
Yeah,
I
dude.
always remember seeing his videos and stuff.
Dude.
I didn't know him personally, but I
Yeah.
always used to be like, fuck, he's crazy.
Yeah, he's the man. Like
Yeah.
for down south or actually South Australian skateboarding, he has put out some of the most amazing tricks, and he's got a super amazing part in the MV2 video, which is the only full video footage he has as a his whole skate time.
Does he skate anymore?
Not as much. He's working out in the bush somewhere in a truck.
Is there a lot of like professional is there any professional skateboarders in Adelaide?
Yeah, Bo Hinge. He works at the shop as well. That's one of his pro skateboards right here.
Dope.
So he skates for Elon Skateboards. So Elon Skateboards is South Australian based by owned by Andy Walker, which I used to skate with back in the day. And you can actually make some dollars. Oh, and there was a guy named Kyle Nusky, which actually went pro internationally and did the full global circuit, skating for like S shoes and cliche skateboards. And he made some good dollars touring.
And do you sponsor like kids with like skateboarding and stuff?
Yeah, so we've
Give them
got
free decks or
Yeah, so we've got about 15 at the moment. Somewhere around there. There's a few. There's a few of us.
yeah.
Yeah, because you got some which are up and coming. Then you got the veterans, and the veterans get older and have families, so they sort of taper off. And you got to keep bringing these new kids through. Yeah,
Yeah, every skate park you go past, there's always kids in it now, so it's
Oh, yeah.
obviously pretty popular. A lot of kids on scooters though.
yeah. Got to get rid of those scooters.
Heaps of
They are a
scooters.
nightmare. And the kids on scooters don't have any sense of direction. They don't understand that the flow is like backwards and forwards, and they want to go zigzags and across, and they don't understand that we can't just stop suddenly. So if they're in our way, we sometimes have to go through them. That's when you get angry parents as well.
There's a new skate park that looks pretty cool down at, is it Christie's Downs?
Yeah, that's massive.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest ones here in Adelaide now.
Do you ever get on the board still?
Yeah, up till recently, until I did my ankle and shoulder simultaneously.
On a board?
Yeah, so my shoulder was skateboarding first with Bo, then boxing at this big Kiwi dude, Jason, 160 kilos, super heavyweight dude for South Australia, doing drills, punched me in the right elbow, and it jolted straight up and out. I thought, fuck.
Were you holding pads?
No, I was getting hit. We were doing body blows.
yeah.
You had to like punch and protect.
Even holding pads for big blokes is hard.
It's hard.
Like, I'm not sure if do you know Josh Braithwaite?
No.
He used to be a fighter. He's one of my best mates. He used to be a fighter for Flinders back in the day.
Yeah.
And Flinders was like putting out hell good fighters.
Alan Wong?
Yeah, he was a fighter for Wongi.
Yeah.
And Josh he's a big bloke, but he can kick like a fucking truck. And he's not doing Muay Thai anymore, so he's a pretty like big boy now. He's sitting on triple digits. He's a massive dude. No, he's not fat, but he's just like a big dude. He's tall, he's stocky.
Yeah.
And I remember trying to hold pads for him, and I'm a little fucking bloke, and it's like you'd watch Josh kick the bag, and it sounds like a car running into another car.
No shit.
And he'd kick me, and I'd be like, fuck. I'd be more fucked holding pads for him.
Because that's when you feel your internal organs move.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible, but it's good.
It's fun.
It's good to get it
satisfying
out.
afterwards.
But yeah, you've done your ankle and your shoulder at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You can see how big both of them are. You can see how minced all the bruising on that, all this Scabs and scars.
That's why I'm just not into skate. That's why I can never bring myself to skateboard, because I just know it comes with at least one broken ankle
but
or
you need
a wrist.
you need to earn that. That's like when you're grappling and wrestling, you got the cauliflower ears.
Yeah.
Same thing. I look at it and think, fuck, dude, those ears look fucked.
Gnarly. Yeah.
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 When it comes to territory, you need to earn that to same as skateboarding.
Do you do like snowboarding and shit? Do you ever do snow seasons and stuff
I've
as
only
well?
done it once ever in my life, and I wasn't very good at it.
No.
They say skateboarding and snowboarding have overlapping sort of skill sets, but it's different.
They don't?
Nah.
Really?
You're basically you're standing in your stance going down the hill, and you're more front foot on a snowboard, like you're very forwardy, turning with your back foot. With skateboarding, it's like evenly balanced, and you're more back foot, if
I
anything.
might just turn your mic up a little bit. One sec. Oh, there we go. That's better. But yeah, I can't remember who told me, but someone said that snowboarding was easier than skateboarding.
I beg to differ.
Really?
Maybe because I skateboarded first and had just so much skateboard DNA in me. When I got to the snow, I saw little kids like flying past me.
When you fall on snow, though, it's not as bad as falling on gravel, surely.
Oh, Like I've broken my coccyx once on the skateboard, but falling in the snow like it's all icy. It's sore.
I've seen a bloke break both his wrists down at West Beach, that half pipe.
Yeah, that's so. I don't feel sorry for them. When somebody hurts themselves, I don't feel sorry.
I've driven past that half pipe thousands of times, and every time I drive past, I'm like, what fucking maniac? Like, what maniac would just do that?
There's committed. So Friday nights, there's a crew which dedicate themselves to a Friday night sesh, because you've got to watch out for the wind, and when the sun gets too far down, you blind yourself. But there's special nights, or as Wednesday nights, they get down there. You'll see some proper skating airs, no kids and scooters, just all your old school skate rats.
A vert skater's, like, the skill difference between a vert skater and, like, a flat street skater is kind of different, isn't it? It's different skill set.
Yeah, so those vert dogs are like punk rock, like proper rah.
Vert skating, for people that don't know, is like when you're doing massive, like, half pipes.
West Beach.
Like West Beach, if you drive
Tony
past...
Hawk. Think of Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
That's his jam. But street skating, everyone's like more chill, unless you're hucking yourself down. Oh, besides Justin, he wasn't the most calmest, but he did some gnarly, like, you got to get that adrenaline going to
It's
throw
not
yourself.
that chill, though. It's more like... I feel like with vert skating, wouldn't it be more like of an adrenaline rush rather than... It's not as much technique rather than...
Oh,
like,
no.
It's a lot... Obviously, would be a heap of technique, but street skating's, like,
Yeah.
pretty hectic as well.
Just all that balance. So when you see Bo skate, like, he's always balancing on two wheels, and just the art form and balance and your body conditioning.
What was old mate's name who was really famous? Something Murray, was it?
Rodney Mullen.
Rodney Mullen.
Yeah.
And he was really big on, like, that just...
Yeah.
Whatever style that is.
Yeah. Freestyle.
If you haven't seen any Rodney Mullen clips, it looks like his board's like a part of his body.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like he's got magnets on his legs.
And he's still skating now, and he's well into his 50s.
Yeah, right. So Tony Hawk still skates too, doesn't he?
53, and he snapped his femur just after Christmas. And he's skating last week.
No shit.
Dropped in again. I thought, dude, like, you literally snapped your leg clean off, and your legs like flailing around. Braced up the next day, already on crutches, like hobbling. Skating last week.
That's like, yeah, Tony Hawk's still, like, pretty big on the skating too.
Massive.
There was I remember years ago when I think he has a daughter. One of his daughters, or one of his kids, was really young, and there was a video of him putting her on the board with him in a half pipe.
Yeah.
And there was massive, but it's like, that's like getting in a car with your dad.
Yeah, which is like a racing car driver.
There's no one you'd want to be on a skateboard down a half pipe more than Tony Hawk.
Safest dude in the planet.
Is he hype, or is he probably the GOAT of vert skating?
No, he's the GOAT.
You reckon?
Like, technically, actually, there's all different styles. He's not the most aggressive skateboarder. Like, you see, like, you guys like Pedro Barros, which are always attacking and just go super fast. So when they skate past, you can hear the wind like whoosh, straight past. But Tony Hawk's like more smooth and flowy. A massive bag of tricks. So
yeah, he did what was it? The first
900.
100?
900.
Yeah. What's that? One,
heaps
two,
of spins.
three. That's 4 spins, isn't it?
No.
3.5?
2 or 3? 2. I should know this. 2.5 or 2.5 for like 2.5.
These aren't coffees, by the way.
Wine.
Yeah, he's run out of the old cups.
We just need a bit of loosen lips a little bit.
Get loose.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went into MV2 the other day, and your staff there is so lovely.
They are. They've been there for so long.
Yeah.
Kylie, Susie, Ashley represent, Jean, Georgia. I'm missing somebody in there.
Fuck.
Can't miss them. No, they are all absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And have you ever taken time off to like go travel or anything like that, or has it just been the shop?
No. So before my last big trip I actually had, before I bought the shop, was to the Caribbean. Yeah, and that's when I found out after that trip, when I got back to the shop, the boss goes, "Do you want to buy the shop? I'm retiring." I said, "Yep. I'm not sure how I'm going to get the money, but I'll somehow make the universe work." And it took me like 2 years to get everything together, like financially.
Where'd you go in the? I've never known anyone to go to the Caribbean.
Oh, it's sick.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I've done heaps of Europe.
Yep. So Caribbean. So Corona and cigar back then was like a combo package, $4 US. Bargain.
A cigar and a Corona.
Yeah, $4.
No shit.
So just grab your Corona cigar, sit on the beach, wait for the cruise ship. Like you just jump back on and. Oh, sorry, we lived on the cruise ship for 3 weeks.
Oh, so it was like you drop off at different islands.
Yeah. So what happened was my old high school mate Kirsten worked on the cruise ship, and she sent an email going, "Hey, if you want to come on, it's $10 a day US, all your food, all your accommodation per person."
No shit.
Yeah, because friends and family. She was quite up. So she was like the PA to the captain, and yeah, a group of 5 of us all went over, and we got loose on the ship with wild Americans like throughout these different South American countries. Awesome.
Yeah, I went to the Maldives. I've been to the Maldives.
Yeah,
It was alright. It's just there's not much to do. Like you're on an island. It's not my kind of holiday because you're just on an island.
Just chill.
You can drink it. Yeah, but it's so I can't just chill. If I'm on holiday, I want to like
Do stuff. Same.
get hammered and go just adventure.
Yeah,
but on an island that's a kilometre long and kilometre wide, there's not much you can really do.
Because I'd be like Castaway.
Yeah, that's what it's like, but it's just free alcohol and food. It's just Castaway, but you have food. But like, whereas if you go to Europe, it's just different. Like, you can get yourself into some predicaments over there.
Dude, that'll be the wild place.
Yeah, I
Europe.
went to Tomorrowland by myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
That would have been an adventure in itself.
Oh, it was fucked. It was fucked.
As in a good fucked or not bad fucked?
No, it was good, but it was just so overwhelming.
Yeah.
It was because I was like, I've done festivals in Adelaide by myself, and I've like always done solo missions. I was like, I'll be able to do it, and I just got with my fiance at that point, but I already booked the ticket, so she couldn't get a ticket to Tomorrowland, so she met me in Greece.
Yep.
2 weeks later.
Oh shit.
And I went to Tomorrowland. Just the sheer size of it
Yep.
was so overwhelming.
Because there'll be people everywhere, and they're loose units. When they're in the party zone for like 2 or 3 days straight, there will be...
Honestly, Australians are the loosest units in the world.
Really?
Nah, 100%. Anyone that thinks they can drink, they probably can drink, but Australians binge drink for days.
Yeah.
There's this thing at Tomorrowland called Aussie Hill. There's 250,000, 300,000 people there, and all of the countries just gather around this Aussie Hill, and they just watch.
Oh, serious?
It's on the main stage.
It's like a zoo.
It's a fucking zoo. There's people doing shoeies. The weird thing is, there's not one fight there.
Really? Everyone's just like, so...
There's all of these...
All love and hugs.
All of these substances, all of these, like, all cheap alcohol. It's crazy how cheap it is. And you just don't see one fight.
That's because everyone's just in love mode.
Yeah.
Just want to have a good time and respect to all.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing to do. But yeah, Europe's pretty cool. If you haven't done Europe yet, it's really... It's an eye-opener because they live so different to us.
Yeah. And do you notice there's not many fat people over there?
Nah, there isn't.
There isn't?
Nah. And they eat a lot and they drink a lot and they just... It's different lifestyles though. They work to... They live to... Work to live over there. We live to work.
Yeah, true. Which is a pain in the ass.
Especially like where my parents are from in Cyprus. They get up at like 8 o'clock. They'll have a massive breakfast. They'll go to work. They'll leave at 3. They'll go to sleep. They have like afternoon siestas.
Oh, that's what we need.
They go to sleep at like 3 or 4. They'll wake up at 8. And then they'll go have... when they get home, you eat more big lunches over there rather than big dinners.
And it's all family. All the family get back together.
So they'll eat. massive, have a siesta, wake up, have a small dinner, and then they'll start partying at midnight.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
Cause I'm half Thai, half German. So my mum's side is like rice paddy, like your typical rice paddy area. So they get up at the break of dawn. Like when I stayed out there, like 2:06, you can see the guys taking the buffalo out with the old school plows behind them.
Is that the last time you went?
Yeah,
06?
06. Yep, that was a good trip. So we met all the family. So that's the first time the majority of all the family got all together. So my mum's got a sister in Switzerland now. So she flew over, us from Australia, and plus the whole Thai family, which all got together from like Bangkok and all the different provinces out to northern Thailand, out the rice paddies.
That's sick.
It was a good trip.
I can't believe I've never done Asia. I've been to Singapore briefly.
That's
but
like
Asian culture is like my favorite kind of culture. I like the culture and I love the food.
Yeah.
So my biggest bucket list has always been Japan.
Oh, I want to get there.
And my fiance's biggest one's Philippines. So we're thinking of booking a trip soon. But I just can't believe I've never done Thailand. I've never done Bali.
It's sick. Thailand's rad, but don't go to the touristy sort of spots.
No, I wouldn't want to go to. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go to like. Where do they stay in Thailand?
Like Phuket, Bangkok, all the PP Island stuff.
Oh, apparently there's this Ubud place that's pretty.
Ubud, yeah.
Oh, no, is that in Bali or Thailand?
No, that's Bali.
That's Bali.
Yeah.
Mm.
But just get away, just go out on the beaten track. So we went to a place called, I think it was Karot, and that was like a small satellite city. I think there was still 5 million people in it. It was huge. I said, what?
Old chef, one of my old head chefs used to love going to Thailand, but he used to go to Pattaya.
That's
and he used to tell me about Pattaya, and
that's where they have all the shows.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, what is this place? I was like 16, 17 when I started my apprenticeship, and he went to Pattaya for the first time. I won't say your name, but you know who you are, Adam.
Hey,
but
hope you're watching, buddy.
He used to go to Pattaya, and then he'd come back and he'd be like, "It's the place to be. it's the place to be."
Yeah, don't get in trouble with the locals; they'll sort you out. But
yeah,
you'd have a great time.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy over there. Greece and Cyprus is pretty crazy. There's a lot of like Russian mafia there that run the place. It's different to Australia. It's just a different place. There's less margin for error.
Yeah, Russians. I don't like Russians very much. When you see them on holiday out,
they're very rude, aren't they?
Super rude.
In Thailand, they obviously there's a lot of Russian mafia kind of, or they own a lot of the prostitution and money laundering.
I saw that in Vietnam. The Russians, not nice people.
When I was in Cyprus, so the first time when I was like 19 or 20, I went to Cyprus. There's this part of it called Ayia Napa, and it's like the size of Morphevale, but from June to August, or even earlier to about September, give or take a month, it's like party season over there.
Yeah.
So everyone from Europe who has their spring break kind of thing goes there.
Man, that'd be wild.
So when I went, there was 3.5 million tourists in this suburb, the size of Morphevale, under 30.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, that would have been...
And I went by myself, and I stayed there for like 8 weeks.
Did you really?
Yeah. But my way to meet people, because I went by myself, is I'd take all my clothes. I'd wear shorts because I'm covered in tattoos, and they're not used to that. So
Really?
because I'm head to toe covered in tattoos.
And that's so common over here. Like there is like tattoo.
But over there, it's pretty not common.
Yep.
So back when I was gone, this is like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So I used to do that. I'd wake up in the morning, I'd put on my like tanning lotion, and I'd just jog just to try and meet anyone to drink with.
Did you wax and shave everything?
Yeah, you'd have to. But just to try and meet people to get pissed with.
That's awesome.
So I'd go and I was jogging and I met this bloke, and he watches the podcast. His name's Nathan. He's a good dude. He's from the UK. But he was living in, a lot of people from the UK live in Cyprus to work because it's a nice climate.
Yeah.
I was jogging, and his job was to stand out the front of this strip club and spray people with a hose to try and get their attention and
Really?
hand them out a flyer.
That's the best job ever.
So I was jogging, and he's like, "Oi, mate, where you from?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm from Australia." He's like, "Oh, come drink with us tonight, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
So we were drinking, and the owners of the club were Russian. Fucking maniacs.
Don't want Russians.
They're just maniacs. They're fucking crazy. They're
and
not
the Polish as well.
like just any kind of like that end of Europe. They're just different breed.
They are a different breed.
They do not fuck around.
No.
Not at all.
No.
And you got to be careful. Like, I called someone a cunt in Cyprus, like in an endearing term. They didn't like it.
Neither did Americans.
No, they were American.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, English people, I think, use
But-
cunt pretty, like, fluently.
Yeah.
You call an American a cunt, it's
go,
just
"Ugh."
over. Yeah, it's over. Oh, hey, puppy.
Sorry, Bax. He's bleeding everywhere.
Little
Oh,
puppy's had... he's had a little surgery.
That's a moment right there.
It is a moment. That's at least 20 views. We're going to clip that.
Yeah, true.
We're going to clip that. But when you first bought MV2, how old were you, sorry?
30.
30.
Yeah, because what happened was, gone through my 20s, like working.
What were you doing previously?
I was a factory worker.
No, I could not imagine you.
Factory worker, 5 years, Solar Optical, represent Lonsdale to all the manufacturing guys out there. When Mitsubishi and all those things were all running here in Adelaide. Factory working with the chemicals, had lab coat, just me and this other dude running hard coating lenses, like sunglass lenses, and just hard coating them.
No shit.
Yeah.
And I could not imagine you doing
So
anything.
I was literally just doing that. We listened to heavy metal all day. Like, it was a good time.
Are you a heavy metal guy?
Love heavy metal.
How heavy though?
All the way to from your, what do you call it, radio sort of friendly stuff, to all the way to your black metal.
So,
Like, when you saw, here we go. Just arm's reach from here. Children of Bottom.
fuck.
Metal.
Mm.
Old school Fear Factory.
Mm.
Here we go. One of my favourites. Slayer.
Slayer's good.
Slayer.
Slayer's got Raining Blood.
The best. Angel of Death, the best.
Yeah, I've only recently really adopted like heavy metal because of my fiance.
Yeah.
Because I was always a big EDM rap guy. I like 80s metal, 90s metal.
Yeah,
always
they're
loved
rad.
them.
Yep.
Always loved like a bit of Van Halen.
Oh, he's sick. Rest in peace.
Always love
Sweet.
a bit of Van. Always like a bit of Kiss. Anything real. Any Bon Jovi.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
But
I'm
then-
not sure about Bon Jovi.
Yeah, he's a bit
Living on the prairie.
out there. But then
Yep.
I met my missus, and she likes like dark metal, like black metal,
Yeah.
like real fucking heavy metal.
Because do you know, like, that's all based on classical music. So when you listen to it, it's like all Beethoven and all those dudes. Vivaldi's like the initial guy which sort of invented heavy metal from an orchestral point of view.
Well, the thing that won me over, my missus was like, "You got to come to this metal show."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I've never been to one. I don't want to go. Like, there's fucking people punching each other and
No,
shit."
there isn't.
And so she's like, "You just have to go. It's a really good band." And it was this band called Architects.
I've not heard Architects. No.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, there's so
when we're
many-
done, we'll put
them
some on.
Done.
This band was playing at the Thebby, and Polaris were playing before it.
Really? Yeah.
They were like the opener, Polaris.
Was that Australian bands? Or?
I think Polaris... Oh, fuck, don't quote me.
Because
But
there
I'm
is so many metal bands.
pretty
everywhere.
sure Polaris is from Adelaide or Melbourne.
Yep.
One of them. But then there was this band, Architects, from the UK.
Yep.
They were so good.
Really?
Like, so good to the point I was like, this is incredible. And then I ended up just going down this rabbit hole.
Yes.
And I used to play kind of guitar when I was younger, so I bought another guitar like 2 months ago, and I've been smashing it.
No shit.
And then I've just gone into this hole of like really heavy metal.
It's good.
You don't need to understand the words.
No.
You don't.
It's expressed through the growl and the tone of the guitars.
Yeah.
But it's so technical and so fast. If you can imagine, like, trying to do the blast beats.
Oh,
and the whole
those
band.
little foot, what they're doing with their feet
Yeah.
on those drums. My
Yeah.
missus is trying to explain. I'm like, how do they do it?
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Take a
Even
breather.
screaming.
Yeah.
Like, they're across the road from the shop. There's a music store.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went in there not too long ago because I was like, oh, I can scream, and my missus was like, try. I was
You
like,
can't.
it's easy. No, because you got to bring it up from somewhere that I can't do it. But I was like just screeching, and I fucking was hurting my throat. And
Was
I
it-
went into this music store, and he's like, oh, like this. And he just let
Really?
out the biggest roar.
So
And
you
I
can
was
do
like,
it without hurting your throat.
yeah, you got to bring it up from your chest. Yeah.
I'll try
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's weird.
So watch some of that stuff where guys go on tour and their throats are bleeding by like
Yeah.
2 or 3 days in.
That's because they don't use their they don't use their
solar plexus.
it comes from your diaphragm or whatever. Yeah, something like
No
that.
shit.
But yeah.
That's hard. That's
Yeah.
one of the hardest jobs.
But yeah, we were talking fuck, we sidetracked so much. Do you want to top up?
Yes, why not?
Yeah. You got longer arms.
Yeah, I got this.
You got that. But you were talking about you're so you.
Oh, sorry, back
you're
to the
working
shop.
in it. You're working in a factory, and then you.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, sorry, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, so working in the factory, so that lasted 5 years. So that's where, where dreams sometimes can easily die. So I was sitting behind my machine going, shit, I can't do this all the time. So what happened was, skateboarding, twisted my ankle again. I thought I need to find another income source. So I started my own clothing brand like every little teenage kid does, just screen printing jumpers and all that kind of stuff. And I needed a place to sell my wares at. So that David Martin was just getting out of menswear into surf and skate, changing over markets or else they would have gone bust. So my jumpers got in there, sold quite well. I thought, ooh, this is
What was
quite
the
good.
brand name?
AVL. So with 2 other partners from high school, so Warwick Armstrong and Ian Leslie. So Armstrong, Varga, Leslie. And that actually sold really well. So I started promoting, they've got our jumpers down there doing skateboard demonstrations. Then one thing led to another. David goes, do you want a job? I said, well, I'm earning $13 an hour now. If you can beat that, I will work for you. He goes, $15 an hour.
Done.
So, $15 an hour? Done.
That's not bad. Like, what was that? 12 years ago?
No, 22 years ago.
Fuck, that's $15 an hour 22 years ago. Ain't bad money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I bought a house like back then. So when my house was 93,000. So you can imagine that's
This house?
No, not this house. It was at Morpeth Vale.
Still, 93,000. My house,
2,000,
house in Morpeth Vale, it's not worth this money, but it is, but it shouldn't be. I got it quoted the other day because we're looking at another property. It was in the high fives,
What?
and she said that was
Morphe's.
in Morphe's high, and my house is on a main road,
No shit. Yeah.
and she said high fives. But when you do an evaluation with the bank, it has to be modest.
Yep.
If you put it on the market, you would get mid sixes.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy money.
Yeah. There was a monstrosity of a house in Morpeth Vale the other day because I look every hour on real estate. There was a house. It was a really nice house. It was like 6 bedrooms as well.
Yeah.
It sold for like $850, $900.
What? There has to be from.
Puppy.
All right, he really likes it.
Hello.
He actually really. He doesn't do this with many people.
No,
at
he's
all.
a good. He probably smell my dog.
He's a good boy back
He
here.
is a good boy.
But,
So you were slinging shirts for $15
Yeah.
an hour.
$15
or
an hour.
$15
yeah.
an hour.
So $15 an hour. And ended up getting there full time. So I was working at the factory Monday to Friday. Then after work on Thursdays, I'll go to the shop and all day Saturdays. Then one thing led to another. His wife was didn't want to work there anymore, so I took over her full time position, and that was it. So I was like the dude making ideas. I didn't know anything about retail, but I did learn a little bit of how to buy stuff from a guy named Leighton Clark, which I had cut loose on the coast at the time, where Priest's surf is now, and just trying to get stuff into the shop, getting to the Globe shoes, skateboards, and just finding our way when skateboarding boomed when the first Tony Hawks came out, which was massive.
That would have boomed it because I remember that's when everyone wanted to be
Yeah.
a skater. We all got Tony Hawk on PS1 and
Yep.
everyone thought they were a fucking skater.
Yep.
And then, I don't know about other people's friends group, but my friend group started getting infatuated with Bam Margera and Jackass. And that's when it would get like crazy.
Yeah. So Bam was in CKY before that, and he had a
Yeah.
proper skate career on Element. Like, he was rad. Then all this money from all the Bam shows, man, just fame and alcohol and drugs.
I just watched a YouTube video yesterday. It's a 40-minute doco. This guy called V Sunny. He's Australian.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
I think he's V Sunny.
The Sun Chick?
I don't know. He's like a YouTuber and he does like the rise and fall of
Oh, no, I haven't seen that
characters.
one yet. Yep.
And he does one on Bam, and it's a fucking sad story.
It is.
It's when as soon as it's because like it's a sad story because he was like the man.
Yeah.
I remember when we were kids, he was like the man.
Yep.
And now he's just
Larger life.
fucked.
Yep.
It's
After his mate died,
Ryan Dunn.
Ryan Dunn in that car crash, like, he's definitely got himself into a big hole, and had along the time, a lot of the years, a lot of leeches just drawing money or
Apparently that was one of the big factors because he would have that house that he filmed his show at.
Yep.
And everyone knew where he lived, so there was just open parties every
really?
night.
Yeah.
So he was doing like 100 Gs. He was spending like 50, 100 Gs a night on drugs and alcohol for
Really?
these random people.
Yeah, that sucks when when you start doing good things and people start wanting to cling on to you.
You'd even see that just from your business. And
I got a story about that. So when I very first bought the shop, one of my alleged friends from way back when, from high school, come to the shop for a loan straight away. He goes, Eric, I'm a bit of a bother. I'm importing this container ship full of furniture from God knows where. Me and this business partner, we can't get the money together, but we need $900 just to get this thing. And I said, yep, cool. Made him sign a contract. And he goes, I'll get this money for you a few weeks. And I said, no worries. Anyway, it's time to get the money. He goes, you would not believe the dude passed away. He had all the paperwork and I've got no money. I said, you motherfucker.
What a fucking dog.
And I'm still very sore to this point, to this day. Like, that was his first sign, like, within weeks of buying the shop, like, somebody's leeching on straight away.
Bang. Straight away.
Yeah, and I've known him for years, like, years. We had parties together, we hang out all the time. Like, proper homies, but homie no more.
Nah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. It's hard, though, when you're first coming up, like, with a clothing brand. There's a bloke I had on my second episode, Luke Vidler.
Yes.
He's such a fucking cool dude. He's a really good fighter.
Yeah. He trains down M16.
Yeah. He's got his first professional. He's got his pro debut next month, and he's gonna fuck that guy up within one round.
Get him, Luke.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking get him. But he's also like he's really good at marketing, and he's got his own clothing line.
Yes.
Called Under Lights.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's really... I got one of the shirts on under here. It's like but his marketing's so good, and he's just grinding and grinding. But it's like internet, like YouTube.
Yep.
The clothing market's so saturated. It's such a grind.
Yep.
And you've like established yourself now, which is really good.
Yeah, it's hard because there's literally anyone with a screen printing machine or basic computer skills. Anyone can have a clothing brand. Just jump on Alibaba or Made in China and get whatever shirt's made up. But all our stuff's done here in Australia. All at Lonsdale. So,
and that would cost
way more.
Way more.
But it's way more satisfying that you're supporting another family at Lonsdale doing their thing, and it helps with the
You can feel it though. Like your jumpers feel nice.
Better.
Yeah. You can feel it. Your jumpers do. They just feel nice.
Yeah, but just putting back in the community and like just that the money, keeping the money local, it's way better. You just feel better for it. So,
is it satisfying walking around and seeing like? People all wearing your shit.
Because it's hard, because I think I know all of them. I look at them going, do I know you? I just don't see people, like random people I don't know, just buying it. It just gets me all in the feels. It just feels good. Yeah. But I just love it. Do you get those days? I'm not sure whether you get it, but I get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I can't wait to get to work.
Oh, sometimes this coronavirus thing has fucking nailed me. Nailed me. It's just it's been draining, honestly. But it's good. It's good to know that you're one of the most successful businesses in like Adelaide.
Yes. I love it. I just love what I do.
It's good.
I hustle clothes and sell skateboards.
That's the best thing though, because if you love what you do, it's not work.
No, it's not work at all.
You're going to work and hanging out with mates.
I'm hanging out with mates. I talk to awesome people most of the day.
No, it is good. It is good. It's just you get that one customer that thinks that they own you because they're giving you X amount of dollars. Yeah.
But we actually don't get that very often.
You don't?
No.
You wouldn't.
Oh, we had this one customer. This only happens very rarely. So this older guy, local, everyone knows him at the Porty's pub. The girl's like very attractive girl getting a pair of shoes out, and he just pointed out his feet and just made her lace up his own his shoes. I thought, you dog. That was bad.
Far out.
That's the worst it's ever got. That's only happened once.
Yeah, right. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Over the years. Yeah.
I've had to kick people out and stuff before.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, but you get a lot of fucking special people around. You've been around that area a lot. There's some fucking characters on the beach road.
Superman Scott?
Oh, Scotty's a man. Do you know he stopped coming to my fucking shop?
Really?
Yeah, because we stopped stocking Farmers Union. So he used to come in and I'd slap hands with him. I'd be like, grab a drink, Scotty. Yeah. And he used to just come in and be like, and I'd be like, yeah, you can grab.
Really? He just expects it.
But then I'd fucking stop stocking Farmers Union iced coffee because we got nippies. And he's like, he got really angry at me. He's like, I guess I'll take it. And I was like,
I'm giving you free stuff, Scotty.
I'm fucking sorry.
Just be appreciative.
But yeah, he doesn't come in anymore.
But his mind ticks over and sometimes he swears on the way out.
Yeah.
Did you get that? He would have just gone, blah, 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 blah.
He.
Bloody Sav, I don't like him
Do you
anymore.
remember when the the gun shop on Beach Road?
Yeah, gunnery, yeah.
Yeah, so opposite the road, he's like, oh, I'm going up to the police. He comes in one day, I'm like, you right, Scotty? He's like, I'm going up to the police station, mate. And I'm like, why? And he's like, those people across the road, they got real guns in their shop. They're advertising them as fake guns, but they're real.
Oh, really?
I'm like, Scotty, it's a gun shop. And he's like, yeah, but they're actually guns.
Man, his mind would have been churning all night over that.
Oh, he's a weird dude. He's really nice.
Yeah.
But I remember I was going to Future Music or Stereosonic. I was on the Hallett Coast because I used to live in Hallett.
Yep.
It was Futures. I was on the way to Futures and we were going to Hallett Cove train station. He gets around.
He does. I've picked him up at the just down here and taken him to the shops.
He gets around because
sometimes on the nose.
I seen him at Hallett Cove train station and he was fucking poor Blake's rummaging through the bin and he picks out this OTR coffee.
Really?
And he just skulls it. Fuck. He's a weird character.
Yeah.
I should probably get him on the podcast.
Oh man, just to hunt him down, you'll literally be chasing with a microphone.
He's a fucking always on a mission.
Yeah, and you won't be able to sit too close to him either.
Nah, he does have he's got a little odor. He's a good dude though.
Good dude.
Good on him. He's a national hero down
Love
here.
you, Scott.
He's good. If you find a phone,
If you're watching.
if you somehow find means to watch this.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Back to the shop.
Back to the shop.
Anyway, raising money. To get the money for the shop. So holidays, asked to sell.
You posted this big thing about that,
dude,
and it was kind of hard. I don't know if I was drunk or if I just couldn't understand it. You posted this like massive. Because we'll get to crypto later. I don't know if it had to do with crypto.
No crypto, that one.
But you posted this massive thing, and it was like can't believe we've come from.
Yeah. So what happened was, I bought the shop. So to buy the shop, I sold my house. My parents gave me my inheritance early. So they had 2 home units. So my brother and I got one each. So I sold that off as well. So the bank said I needed more money. So at first they said, if you come up with 30% in cash, we'll give you the rest of the loan. I said, yep, no worries. So it took me a full year to get to that point. Had all the paperwork and stuff ready. I talked to the business manager on a regular basis, just keeping updates on what's going on. Then he said, all right, hand in your paperwork. Off it went. Week later, no news. Phone call back. Eric, we need 60% up in cash.
Fuck.
I was going, fuck. And that's when I had to sell my inheritance, which was another home unit. So I had all this money, got sort of close, and the David Martin said, if you get pretty close, I'll lend you the rest of the money. We'll do a vendor finance agreement. I said, yep, no worries at all. So we did all that. So I had 2 loans, 2 fucking big loans. Sold off 2 houses. I got the shop. And on the very first day of business, my first sale was a refund. I thought,
Fuck.
damn it.
Oh,
That sucked.
yeah, fuck.
Yep.
That's fucking real. Like, you just took that risk though, and it just paid.
But I'm not sure why I did it, because that
You just had
a
a
normal
feeling
person
it was
like
fate.
this is 2 houses. I sold off 2 whole houses.
And in hindsight, if you kept those at the moment in current market, it would have been.
But they'll be doing a shitty job.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be in a factory making glasses,
I'll be in the factory. Yeah, I'd way more. But we've definitely
skating on weekends, drinking goon.
Man, my body wouldn't be able to do that anymore.
Just now you've upgraded to fucking wine only because of MV2.
True.
If you were still making
on
glasses,
the red tin still,
you'd probably still be on a red tin and like a fruity Lexia.
Yeah, true. But it's all worked out pretty good. But I nearly lost everything. That's what that thing
That's
was
what
all
that
about.
post was.
Yeah. So what that post was all about. So people out there, I was engaged at one stage. It's gone way back when. So the girl I got engaged to, I actually worked with her for 4 years. So she was already married. Married on the rocks. I was in a long-term relationship, and we both broke up roughly about the same time-ish, just coincidentally. Anyway, then we just started hanging out, comforting, yada yada yada. Then one thing led to another, like months down the track, and we actually really hit it off. So which was really good. So that's when ended up buying the shop. We tried for kids for 6 years, or IVF, the whole entire works. Had a massive engagement party here. One thing led to another. She ended up having an affair at the end of it. And that's when the lawyers came out. It was brutal. So
Yeah,
I nearly... Yeah, so I was thinking, well, you're not entitled to this, really, because my parents gave me this money, I've earned this, yada, yada, yada. But in the eyes of the family courts, like, it's an open slather. She's entitled to X amount of dollars.
That's so fucking unfair.
It was so unfair. So after IVF, because I thought I was going to have a family, go down the whole family path, and having that news come to me so suddenly, one of her best friends actually contacted me and said, Eric, we need to have a meeting. This is what's going on. So she, from work, she came to my work and gave me the news. And I fucking thought my whole world started collapsing. Like, all the staff were there, got the news, and I was going, what the hell is going on? Anyway, I went through the whole entire procedure. It cost me a lot of money. But at the time, my brother sold his house at the same time. If that didn't happen, I would have lost my house, I would have lost the business, I would have lost everything. Anyway, I sent him a message, said, dude, this is where I'm at. I need to borrow some money. So I ended up borrowing 120k off him.
It's like a fucking chunk.
Massive.
That's a chunk.
I borrowed heaps. And the whole entire thing was like $188,000 over 4 years. And the court said if you miss a payment, you have to go back to the very first day, and whatever assets you've accumulated back then, we'll add that onto your tally.
Fuck.
So you can imagine my work ethic obviously escalated, but it took a whole team of people to keep everything moving. We had to keep dollar higher, keeping that monthly payment on time every time for 4 years. It was actually 5 years I did in 4 years. So the motivation, work ethic, and that's probably why I'm a bit wary about girls. So
far out.
Yeah, so that's what happened. But it all
That'll
worked out.
make you dirty. That's some Johnny Depp fucking Amber Heard kind of shit.
Yeah, but with that money, so my brother actually started off his own bicycle company, which is now a multi-million dollar company.
Your brother?
Yeah, so he started from that in his shed back in Melbourne.
Is that what those bikes are in your...
Yeah.
That's those bikes?
Yeah. So they're not cheap bikes. Like an average bike's maybe about $5,000.
Does he live in Melbourne?
Melbourne now. He bought a big acreage out Castlemaine way. Big 10 acres, 25 acres.
Fucking dream.
Basketball court, swimming pool. Like, he's got everything. Like, it's sick.
Yous are both doing well, though. That's
Yeah.
really good.
But
Your
we
parents must be fucking...
Yeah, but they're
cheering.
both just normal German Stuttgart. He wanted us to be an engineer or in the Navy or something. And we were like the complete opposite. Like, I've got...
It's like the two stereotypes, say you're Asian, you're
Yeah.
half Asian, so you can be an
Yep.
engineer, or
Yep.
you're German, you can be in the Navy.
Yeah. Yep, so they wanted me to go down that path. Like, I can do maths and all that kind of stuff. My attention span is literally about this big. So I cannot sit and watch a problem and try to work through whatever. But, yeah, retail. Done.
Yeah.
Pays the bills.
And then your brother's making bikes.
He's making some serious bank, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, bike. Oh, my missus bought me a mountain bike because I went through like a midlife crisis, I think, a year ago.
You want to get fit? Like, wake up and go, I need to get fit.
I need to get fit.
Need to get shot before I buy me a bike and a helmet.
I need to buy a bike. So she's like, she always gives it. She's like, all right, I'll buy you a fucking. She bought me a PC. Then she bought me a mountain bike. And then the last purchase was this camera. So it's slowly declining because she has less faith in my habits because I always like
But
get rid of them.
Been riding a few Ks? Get the Strava on? And
Originally, I was fucking riding heaps. I haven't been on in a while.
Yep.
But I'd ride on the track because the tracks are near my house. Like, do you know that take you like through Ranella?
Yeah.
Like those old school
old train
tracks.
track, yeah.
And I fucking was like, oh my God, this just reminds me of when I was 13, 14, like a little
flashbacks?
scumbag. And you like got your passion pop bottle in your boot and you fucking just
Gone to the
cruising.
parties?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gone to like shoeies or
Yes.
and I was like, this is so fun. And I was like, and then I was gaining too much confidence.
Yeah.
And I ate shit so bad I rode to M16 one day from Morphettvale. It sounds further than it is because it's just one track.
Yeah, it is one track, yeah.
So I went there and then I was like, I've got to stop at the shop to drop off some money. So I rode from M16 to Christie's Beach. And you know on the SB when you're coming from Porties to Christie's, there's a massive hill.
The bluff, yep.
I was fucking zooming and I ate so much shit in front of like 6 cars.
They like ragdoll it down the street?
I ragdolled it. And I landed on my feet after it and I was like, oh fuck. I was so embarrassed. I grabbed my bike, scooted down the street.
But do you feel good after you get, like when you fight and ride, when you have a hit?
When you do any...
You feel good.
Yeah, when you do
so-
any form of like any kind of physical activity, you feel good.
It feels good. Even if you take those hits, like, I love it.
Yeah, like after you go to Boars and you're training, like you feel so nice after.
Oh, way better. Yeah, love it. Hard session this morning, Carly. I admit it was hard on the hips, but I made it again.
That's all right.
Getting older, my body doesn't keep up as much.
I can't believe how old you are.
Yeah.
You look 27.
Cheers, man.
I look fucking older than you.
That's because I'm half Asian.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's insane. You look younger than me.
But it's yeah. I'll drink wine. What do you call it? Hemp oil on the skin works nice.
I just got a prescription for legal marijuana. Yeah.
No shit.
Mm.
That's worth its weight in gold.
It's fucking expensive. You're better off just going to a local crackhead and getting it.
Just go down.
I mostly did it for the oil because I got bad joints. I got like really bad forearms and hands from the like kind of line of work I've been doing.
Really?
Mm.
Like CBD, like no
Yeah, so I'm more getting it for CBD,
Yeah.
more rather than like weed, but
Yeah.
like the THC. But if they're going to give it to me and I can smoke it legally, then
Yeah.
I'll just fucking do it.
And you find a massive difference in the joints.
I haven't received it yet.
Yep.
I haven't received it yet. I just got the okay. I think last couple days ago it was.
Sweet.
Yeah, but there's a website you can go online. It's called Alternaleaf,
Yes. Yeah.
and you pay $140, and it's an online consult.
So you have to scan your certificate through to shop?
No, they will send your stuff to the local pharmacy, and you go pick it up there.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think 10 grams though of dry herb is like $230.
What? It's a crazy price.
It's dank shit.
Yeah, go down to Christie's Esplanade. drug dealer's alley.
Do you know there's this homeless bloke that comes into the shop, Michael?
He's got a big, tall, dark hair.
He's got a little face tatty.
Little teardrop.
Yeah.
He used to live behind the bin at the shop.
He came to the shop because I feed like a few homeless people down south.
You're a good man.
It's better off doing that than them breaking in and stealing shit.
True. You're a good man.
So we feed a lot of them, but there's one in particular, this bloke called Michael, and he's like, he's not a mate, but he's really keen on me. So he always comes in and we chat, and he's
Yeah, no
a bit
shit.
of like a old school dare. He's an interesting dude, but one day he found a heap
Really?
of fucking dead weed behind your shop. A heap.
People loved it.
On Beach Road. And he's like, it was in the bins, and he comes and he's got these fucking plants, and they're fucked. They're totally dead.
So he was actually walking down the street and showing it.
Like, yeah, but there was heaps. There was like kilos, and it was obviously someone's crop's gone to shit, so they've dumped it in your fucking bin. And he's like, I found it behind MVT, and there's like, on this like massive branch of marijuana, there's like maybe 6 buds that are smokable. And he's like, "Do you want one?" I'm like, "Not really."
But for him, like, that's like winning the lottery.
It was crazy. And he was like, always, he's like, I'm sus on those MV2 people. I don't know what they're doing in there.
So funny. But there's heaps of stuff that happens. We had a bin stolen. You find heaps of stuff in the bins. Used nappies and stuff.
Yeah.
Find in the bins.
We're really we're pretty lucky because we feed a lot of like that kind of demographic.
Yeah.
So like there was one stage where everyone's shop in that group of shops got tagged,
Yeah.
and ours was fine.
No shit.
Yeah.
Respect. That means you got respect from the
We
group.
haven't really got many. We got one tag on one of our crates that we got out the back for storage, but that's
Yeah,
about it. We're
that's
pretty
fine,
lucky in that regard.
Yeah.
But we're pretty nice to people.
Yeah. Because Beach Road, when that gets hit, it gets hit hard. They come down, like, you can see they start from the top and
And
blast
it's
it.
always one tag. There's this one tag. I can't remember the cunt's name, but it wasn't even a good tag. He bombed up everything
Yeah, no
in the
shit.
car park, and it's like, it wasn't even nice.
No shit.
Like, there's some taggers out there that it's like, oh, it's on the side of the wall. It looks kind of cool.
It doesn't look cool. That's like their signature. That's like Instagram before Instagram was the thing. I'll leave my mark there instead of making something constructive.
Yeah. I've just constructed my tag. I'll show you after.
Sick.
Yeah, it's 4 skin.
Good one.
Always at work, just doodling.
That's like dictation.
Dictation. So when did you start? Obviously not many people are gonna know. When did you start getting into cryptocurrency?
Ooh, all right. This is a good story as well. So, my mate Tim, I used to live with at Morford Vale. So, what happened was I got a phone call at work just after I bought the shop. So, this was 2011. He said, dude.
2011.
Sorry. Just give him Tim's background. He is a computer hacker. best way to explain it. But he works for, at the time, computer security for banking. So for the credit unions and all that kind of stuff, making security stuff. Anyway, he said, I'm not sure what this thing is. There's a thing called Bitcoin, but I think you need some. That's when Bitcoin... So when he gave me that phone call, Bitcoin that day was $10 US.
Fuck.
Yep. So he said, this is the thing you have to go to. You have to go to a thing called Mt. Gox, which is in Japan, the biggest exchange at the time. You have to transfer your money through, like a Western Union, because internet banking was very infancy back then, just trying to transfer money around. So put some bucks in. A week later, got an email from Japan saying, we've received your funds, you have X amount of dollars US, and Bitcoin was the only crypto you can buy. There's literally Bitcoin price, watch the chart, and there's nothing else to watch. It was just BTC. I said, cool, I'll buy some of those, and that was it. So in that week, Bitcoin went up $8. So it went from 10 to 18.
You bought at $10.
18. So when I first got the call in that week was 10. By the end of the week was 18.
Did you have to put your money into something and it would like fondle it around and like... Oh no, that was because of what... So, what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
I used to have a friend called Will who's passed away now. And me, my best friend Chris at the time... Like, my best friend Chris and Will, we were all like the fucking musketeers.
Yep.
But we were fucking shitheads.
That's the best times, though.
Will was a legitimate genius.
Yep.
Like he was fucking crazy smart.
Yep.
And he's like, "There's this shit, guys," and we're like, "How?" Because we were going to a festival and he had some substances, and we were like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "I'm getting it off the internet, dude." And he's like, "I'm getting it with this shit called Bitcoin." Because originally, the only thing people were using Bitcoin for was to buy fucking drugs and illegal credit cards online.
Yep. All the sinister black market stuff.
Like Silk Road shit.
Yep.
And so you'd buy Bitcoin, and then this Bitcoin would go into this app, and it would tumble the money so no one could find where it was from, and it was just untraceable.
No shit.
Like, that's why you could get stuff sent directly to your door.
Yep.
And Will had 200 Bitcoins. Like 150 to 200 Bitcoins.
They were good times.
They were worth $80 each, and they went up to $120, and we spent every single one of those fucking coins.
Yeah, hindsight.
Like you said, though, it wasn't easy to buy.
It wasn't.
So that's why we didn't buy any.
Yep.
Because you had to, like, transfer it to someone, and then they would... Like, it was just a headache.
Just mash it all up, and all of a sudden you get something.
Fast forward 10 years. When you looked at... So did you see... How many... Oh, I don't want to ask how many, but did you see it coming?
No. I just thought, well, if Tim says I need to buy some, I'd better buy some.
What was the first, like, oh my God?
When it hit, I think $100. So from $18 to $100 US was like huge. And go, what the hell? Like, there's still no use for it yet. Silk Road was still a thing at the time, but there was no tangible thing for it. You couldn't put in a card. You can't go to a shop. It's just like this digital thing you just buy dope with.
Then 100 to 1,000.
So when it hit $1,000, so back in 2014, I think the hack happened. So something bad under management, something happened. So what happened was somebody worked out from Serbia that you can take a coin and piggyback another coin out. I'm not sure how they did it. So if you're doing a withdrawal, like buying and selling, you buy one, then somehow when you do withdrawal, you piggyback another. So
that's some like hacking kind of. That's some crypt, like fucking.
Yes. So we got an email from
shit.
the thing. Yep. So Mt. Gox down for something's happened. Like no one knew what was going on. I was going, shit, do I sell? Do I not? Anyway, then all of a sudden like, everything went. I thought, fuck, all that money's gone. Gone. But anyway, fast forward that to 2017. Then I got another phone call from Tim. Wait, that Bitcoin thing we didn't go too good, but there's another thing called Verge. We need to buy heaps of Verge. So that's why I put in a few months, put in 17 grand. That went to $680,000. That's how I bought my Landy. So Landy, all the parts, parties, renos, whatever. Verge money. And I let it ride. So I let 500.
The thing with you is you fucking seem to have this talent where you can let it ride.
That's because
I cannot let it. I got a real gambler's mentality though.
Yeah.
Like
Same.
I would prefer to lose $1,000 than
Yeah.
win $1,000.
Yeah. So
I want to win 100.
yeah, I want to win 100 grand.
But
So,
you seem to be so patient. How?
I don't know. So what?
You've held that Bitcoin for fucking 11 years.
Yeah. I don't need it. I don't need it.
Well, yeah.
I'll just let it ride. So
what did you say, Verge? Verge was the...
Yeah, so what happened was Verge bought it at like a 0.0025.
I'm going to need a top up for
Yep.
this fucking...
All right.
Do you want to crack open that one?
Yeah. So this is a good story as well. This is where my dad told it's one of those stories where he goes, "I told you so." All right. And yeah, I'll keep that going a
They're
bit.
getting fuller.
That's a good Saturday afternoon. Sorry, Baxi.
Yeah, I'm not coming into work night, guys. That's nice.
All right. So I put in the $17,000. Come back. Gonna hear the story? Come on.
Come on. This is how you got this couch.
Yeah, true.
Come on, mate.
Good boy. So what happened was from July to Christmas Eve. So that money went from $17,000 to $680,000. So I got home. So that was my dad's birthday, Christmas Eve. So I went back home. Go, Dad, that crypto thing I did. This is how much I've got. And his eyes were like big, like donuts.
My dad would have had a fucking heart attack.
He goes, Eric, he's German. Eric, you sell that right now. You buy 2 houses. I said, Dad, what can go wrong? I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, next day crashed like 30-40%. I was going, holy shit. But anyway, back in January when China comes back to market, yada yada. Anyway, massive spike. I sold 120k off car, parties, food, house stuff, and it was good. And
Are you just friend in this? Not coming from poor, but coming from not being well off.
Yeah, it's just a normal working class family.
Are you just frantic? Like, are you just Like, I can't imagine. I just imagine scenes from Wolf of Wall Street. Like, wait, because I know my personality.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be so frantic and hectic.
No, it was nothing like that.
You can't be like that. You have to be
super
calm. Yeah.
Yeah, if you get all frantic and caught up with it, like, you make dumb mistakes, shit, money goes everywhere.
That's the thing. You just have to be calm.
It's got to be super calm. I gave some money away, paid off heaps of bills, helped some people out. And, yeah, so that Land Rover out the front that you see all the time, in real money,
I fucking love that car.
it's like $3,000. So you walk out, if you saw a Land Rover like that for $3,000, you'd go, yeah. So that's how much it cost me. In real money. So that's like fantasy full money.
Far out.
Yeah, plus all the parts and...
Did you get like an imposter syndrome where you were like, is this real? Like, is it happening?
Yes, because when you actually sell it, like to actually have that money sitting in your bank... Oh, this was a big check. So when I went to the bank to transfer the money, because I had the money in cash, and just the person's face on the other side saying, you've got this money, you can see it, and they're saying, they were very hesitant in transferring the funds. So I had the guy which I bought the car from next to me. This is over in New South Wales. I was standing here. I said, there's a dollar amount. I just want to transfer that money into that. She looked into my account. She goes, I have to talk to my manager first. I was thinking, that's my money. You just flick it across.
You just have to do a button.
Yeah, that's the car. There's a picture of the car, rego, yada, yada, yada. It took about 5 minutes. And she goes, do you want to buy insurance for that? I said, well, it's already insured because I did insure it to drive back from Sydney. Like, everything was sorted, but just seeing somebody else's face, because I would have seen how much is in my bank account, they would access my money. But people just get weird. But anyway, that's why I don't respect that car as much as I should, because it cost me $3,000.
It's not every day you see a dude wearing, like, that looks like he should be at a skate park. Just like, yeah, just transfer this X amount, like this, probably, like, 6-figure car in cash.
It is. It was $100,000, roughly now.
That was how long ago?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. Do you know that car now? Because I've been looking at new cars. The car market has gone up just as much as that car
crazy.
would probably be worth the exact same amount of money.
Yeah,
That's how fucking insane it is.
So what happened? So that back in 2013 on the showroom floor, that car's $55,000.
Just what model is it exactly?
A 2013 Land Rover Defender.
Fuck, they're nice.
Yeah.
They are so nice.
Yeah.
It
Limited
looks,
edition black roof.
and you got a is it standard in that kind of camo?
Yes, for that special edition colorway. Yes.
I only knew this was your house because I was looking for a fucking a war tank with an MV2 sticker on it.
Yeah. Well, I love it. It's sort of bulletproof. It has broken down heaps. I've spent a lot of money on it, but I just love it.
Fucking your car cost you less than my piece of shit Corolla. Like, it's not bad.
$3,000, you can't go bad.
No.
Can't go wrong with that.
And I remember I went on a massive hole with crypto.
Yeah.
And I was messaging you at one point. I was like, what do I do? And it's so hard to fucking give people advice because you're not a financial advisor.
Nah.
But I was on these like Telegram chats.
Yep.
And I was like, it's going to blow up.
Yep.
It's going to blow up.
It will eventually. You just got to be patient and just know there's so many good things happening in the crypto space. Like all the fundamentals are becoming stronger. More governments are becoming on board.
It just needs to be more defined for people. It's hard for people to know why you're buying crypto.
They just see the bad stories.
Like me, I just bought crypto, but what's it... I think if it was more defined as what it's for...
So what it's for is... Because people have this little... You may be a conspiracy theorist guy, so the people that don't want to support banks, they just want to see banking between you and I without the need for a bank in between.
But is the bank slowly encroaching on that?
No, they're putting more crypto services inside their
institution.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it is becoming more mainstream. So that means you get more exposure. So there's a lot more people which are exposed. I'll see their app, phone, whatever. I'll see a crypto wallet as part of their banking service, and I'll think, hang on, I've heard about this dodgy thing, but if it's here, that means it might be okay. You'll see more people put superannuation into it or just transfer funds.
Yeah, if you use it like that, it's good. But it's going to be very rare now for someone to ever experience what you experienced. Because Bitcoin's the only one that'll ever be like that.
Granddaddy.
But ETH is pretty...
Yeah, ETH has
good potential to jump up.
So they're trying to develop it so it becomes more bulletproof and sustainable for tangibility, because it does have slow moments and the gas fees are quite high.
For everyone that doesn't understand what a Bitcoin actually does, you'd probably explain it better than anyone I know.
It's just a digital...
It's decentralized currency.
The way I see it, the best way to explain it's like buying a gift voucher from a shop. You can just give it to somebody. It's not really tangible while you have it in your hand, but once you pass it over, it has some sort of value to it.
But you also don't have to buy a whole one.
You can buy it down to a millionth or less than a millionth.
Yeah, you can buy like 5. You can say you want $5 worth of Bitcoin.
Yeah, you can.
You own
dot zero
all the zeros. Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
so and when you're selling it, say like you've said before, you've had people buy skateboards from you with Cardano.
Yep, with Cardano. Yep, and it happens instantaneous.
Quick, pump it.
Buy Cardano. Support Charles Hoskinson. He's doing it poor. I think he might have lost $1 billion or so in the last few weeks through the crypto crash, but it's going to be okay.
There's been a massive crash. When I was thinking about it, I was like,
buy.
When I made sure to like wait a week, to just suss your Facebook out before I asked you to come on, because I wanted to see how you were going with the crash.
No, just hold, because if you know it's going to come back.
This is the time to load up.
There's the accumulation stage, I like to call it. You start accumulating slowly. You work out your dollar cost average.
Do you sell a bit at a height? Like, do you sell a fraction at a high to buy at times like these?
No, I'm one of those guys. I'm going to buy all my position in one shot. I'm going to sell my position in one shot.
Yeah.
Like, you see some guys will just trickle money in and trickle money out.
It's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I just can't. I'm taking it all or pushing it all back in in one shot.
It's so funny because the only money I've made was that wink I was telling you about. And that Chris bloke I was talking about before, one of my best mates, without even talking to each other, he made money on the same one.
But did he sell? He sold at the right time though, didn't he?
He sold at the right time.
Because it's hard to push the sell button.
He kept a bit. Oh, yeah, it's hard to push the sell button. It is. It's so fucking hard.
You're so emotionally invested into this rocky road. Like, you hear the stories, you watch your YouTube clips.
It's just an adrenaline.
It is.
It's a fucking game.
It is a game.
It's not real. Like, the numbers on the screen, you're like, this can't be real.
It pulls your heartstrings.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you hear people like, mate, one of the guys up from Queensland, $8,000 on Shiba when it very first came out. $5 billion less than 12 months. $5 billion. I saw his post and saying, thanks for the ride, guys. It's been an amazing opportunity. I met some great people, yada, yada, yada. I have made some serious life-changing, multi-generational wealth. I wish you all the best. Cashing out. I got my lawyers and accountants to go see.
My missus,
I thought, shit.
She does a lot. She was the one that got me on crypto. She used to do a lot of altcoins I was telling you.
Yeah, yep.
And she was on this Telegram. I can't remember what coin it was. I don't know what coin it was, but it hit pretty big. This bloke's obviously been there since it was like the start.
Yeah, pioneer.
He made a fuck ton of money, and he just same message in the group chat.
Yeah, really.
I can't believe it. I've done it. Best of luck to you. See you later.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like,
it's real. And you go, I've seen that guy's messages. I've seen him like put up stuff, and just know that one of your colleagues or associate, whatever,
and your kids will never have to work again.
Never have to work.
Just off of $2,000.
Yeah,
$3,000.
Just having a pun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a pun, isn't it?
It's very much a pun because there's new crypto.
Don't go spending your fucking life savings on crypto because of this, because it is a pun. It's a gamble.
None of us are financial advisors.
That's what you hear on any Telegram. I'm not a financial advisor.
We're here for entertainment use only.
But
have a crack on Cardano.
No, yeah. Well, there's ones like Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum. They're stable.
Top 10s.
They're stable. Like you're pretty good if you put like a half of your wage away.
Yep.
And you just let it sit there and use it as a super.
Yep.
Like that's pretty safe. When you start fucking with the altcoins,
it's Wild West.
When you got to buy a coin to buy a coin.
Yep.
That's when it's gambling.
Go through like a pancake swap sort of system.
That's my kind of shit. You go on. You go through pancake swap.
Bad shit.
Like you have to buy a fucking altcoin to buy an altcoin.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
Yeah. That's when you know it's dodgy. That's when you know you're going to do a rug pull, and those guys, developers, go, sorry guys, yoink. It's not illegal what we did.
An example of like a rug pull, we were talking about it before. Elon Musk with Dogecoin.
Yeah.
Elon Musk, obviously he's the richest man that's ever lived.
Yep.
He he shills like a term for advertising or like thrashing this coin called Dogecoin.
Dodgy as fuck.
And he used to do it on Twitter. And I remember once I seen a screenshot of him. He posted on Twitter, buy heaps of Dogecoin because I'm about to fucking blow it up.
And he did.
And he must have dumped like $1 billion into this coin, because when you dump $1 billion into a coin, it's just going to skyrocket in price. Yep. You're going to triple your money, and then you just yoink it out. And then all the poor cunts like me who would be like, it's going to pump.
I love you, Elon. I don't like you anymore.
And you put like fucking $2,000 into a coin, and then it's just all gone.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's how the rich get richer.
But he's also got a rocket company. That fuel for a rocket can't be cheap, especially in these days.
Do you know what? When you're gonna change the world, you're gonna break some eggs. You know,
you have to break heaps of eggs.
God bless you, Elon.
We're not talking about a dozen or a half a dozen. We're talking about like squillions, squillions of eggs.
So do you have anything coming up on the horizon that you want to tell anyone? Any kind of plans for the shop? Any fucking sponsors you're keen about?
Oh, dude, we got the MV2 Cup. So the qualifier for Rumble the Reef, which is also accumulating points for the Olympic team. There's a big skate comp coming up October, I think, at Christie Downs Skate Park.
No shit.
So so the guys from Queensland's from Australia.
What date's that? Sorry,
I'm not sure the dates yet, but Octoberish. I think they got Australian skateboarding has to negotiate with council because they're bringing in a lot of money as well, because some of these big comps are sponsored by the mining companies.
No shit.
Because up on the reef sort of region, because you've got mining companies everywhere running amok, I want to be seen doing some good community putback. We're screwing up the reef, but here's some money for a skate comp sort of stuff. So we're getting some of that money.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big deal. Like, they're talking TV rights for Fuel TV and all that kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
That's massive.
There's a proper Ridgy Dig sort of on the map, on the circuit, because I need to put on a certain amount of circuit things, because you've got to get the points for the Olympics, plus just have the skate comp.
Points for... It's that...
Yeah.
It's that hectic. Because skating, if anyone doesn't know, is an Olympic sport.
It is an Olympic sport.
How did that go in the first Olympics with it in there?
It was, from a skater's point of view, I was mixed
Nigel
emotions.
Houston wasn't fucking representing America.
He did. He just bombed out.
Did he?
Yeah.
No way.
That little Japanese kid, Yuto Horigami, cleaned up. So what happened was a lot of the pro skateboarders just choked under pressure. They can skate 24/7 normally. But soon
all the cameras,
once it's the Olympics, like everyone just sort of froze up a little bit.
I was like watching it, and I got really into curling.
Oh, did
I was watching the Winter Olympics.
That'd be
and
so
I was
therapeutic.
Like, fuck, curling's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh, Nigel's not here. That's so weird. You just imagine he would be there.
Oh yeah. Yep. No, he got knocked out real early.
Which is strange. It shows you that just because you're the best skateboarder in a 3-minute clip,
Yes.
doesn't mean you're the best skateboarder.
Not in real
which
life.
would fucking eat him up.
But the most impressive part of that skateboarding was the girls' park, like the bowl sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Those girls were absolutely phenomenal.
Do you sponsor any female?
We do. Yes. Blaze Harmer. Blazer, shout out. Love you, Blazer.
She got an Instagram.
Today is Blazer, with I think 3 R's or something.
Nice.
But Blazer, love you.
Nice.
But girl skateboarding is massive. So during COVID, there was nearly a 50-50 ratio girls guys.
Yeah.
Everybody just wanted to skateboard just because you could do that activity without an organised team, or all the skate parks were still open, so you can go down to your park. Non-Kaparinga there were
You can
anyway.
also do it in your backyard if you got
Do
a
it
kind
anywhere.
of decent setup.
And that was a heaps of people's bucket list. Just I just want to ride a skate park. Ride a skateboard, sorry. I'm looking at the skate park. Part of the skate park. So that's part of Adelaide City Park's in there. It is.
It's used as a doorstop.
Doorstop. So that's actually a piece of Adelaide skateboard history right there.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's so good. Oh, this is a sweet setup. Thanks for so much for letting me have this like little setup today. It's better than mine. Don't get used to this, guys. This is too high production for me. We got like a fucking ring light and
Yeah. There's a pile of shoes. Like it looks nice on this side, but if he's done a 180, it's literally a pile of shoes.
It's still nicer than my setup. This is how nice this dude is. Like, I was like, oh, do you like? He's like, oh, do you need a ring light? Do you need anything? I got it all here. Like,
Got everything here through the shop. Just Instagram
Legend.
life.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Dude,
Leave
thank
it
you so
there.
much.
I knew you'd be a great guest. You're a fucking sweet dude. You deserve all the good
Oh,
upcomings
dude,
in
thank
your
you.
life.
Oh, thank you for putting this together as well.
Nah, you're all good, man. Anytime. I'm sure you'll be on soon again anyway.
I'll be lurking somewhere.
Yeah.
Done.
Easy, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys. Thank you. Boom. And that is it.